good day on a good day. A good day, I open up my window on a good day on a good day. A good day, I open up my window on a real good day. On a real good day.
Hello, my name is Evan Cauble-Johnson, Chief Development Officer at Inspiration Corporation, and it's both my honor and privilege to welcome you to this, our first ever 100% virtual One Inspired Evening. You know, for many of us, last year's event on Saturday, March 7th, 2020, may have been the last time that we were able to gather together in a large group with friends, family, and colleagues to celebrate the amazing work that happens here at Inspiration Corporation every day. The year that followed was challenging, to say the least. It may have been the most challenging in our agency's history. We saw incredible rising levels of need in all major areas of our programming, from housing to employment assistance and direct financial support to nutrition assistance and meals. And not only did we see rising need, but our staff were forced to change literally everything about the way that they did their jobs overnight. We had to figure out how to manage virtual meeting environments between team members and with participants. We had to figure out how we were going to practice social distancing and safety procedures at program sites that had to stay open because their services were so desperately needed. And we had to acquire and then figure out how to use all of this new PPE that so quickly became part of our daily lives. But you know, in the middle of those challenges, we also found opportunities and new ways to leverage our resources to reach out to meet people who were really struggling. You're going to hear about some of those services tonight, and in that spirit of adaptivity and responsiveness and that commitment to change and getting with the times, we're also going to be changing everything about the way that we do One Inspired Evening. So we know that the virtual environment is not as fun as kicking back with your friends and family and enjoying our art gallery and grabbing a drink or some of the food samples that we usually have at our amazing food stations. But we also know that this virtual environment offers us some opportunities to do things we've never done before at One Inspired Evening. For the first time ever, you, our guests, are going to be able to travel directly to our program sites to see Inspiration Corporation's programming in action. You're also going to get the chance to hear directly from our program graduates about how the work that you're supporting tonight literally changed their lives. So sit back, relax, grab a drink, make sure that you're registered for our art auction and start picking out the pieces that you want to keep your eye on throughout the night. And I hope that you'll enjoy the next half hour of programming and be reminded about why what you do participating in this event is so important. I'm going to hand things over now to our Executive Director and CEO, Shannon Stewart.
A very warm welcome, everyone, to One Inspired Evening. I'm Shannon Stewart, Executive Director and CEO at Inspiration Corporation. What an incredible year we all have faced. As the realities of COVID-19 set in over a year ago, we, along with you and the rest of the world, were forced to quickly change everything about our lives at work and at home. I was and continue to be inspired by the creativity and determination of our staff who pivoted quickly to rebuild entire programs and did everything we could to help people in dire need. In every aspect of our work, our team has pushed to do more than ever before. Thanks to the generosity of our donors, volunteers, and people like you who have supported our work in so many ways that have humbled and inspired us to continue on throughout this unprecedented time in need. While we all look forward to the day where we can be together in person, we're so excited to have you join us for One Inspired Evening and so grateful for your support of our work. I'd like to take some time to do a special thanks to our One Inspired Evening sponsors this year. BMO Harris Bank, CIBC, Freeborn and Peters, Paul's Foundation, Christine Hughes Interior Design, GTCR, Morganti Wilson, Pekin Hardy Strauss Wealth Management, Protivity, Sethvar Shah LLP, Denise Bowles, Hanging Out, and the Horton Group. Thank you so much from all of us. Now I'd like to introduce you to Rodney Lewis, who over the past year has coached me into becoming a top PB&J sandwich maker at Inspiration Cafe. Rodney will share with you how our work has changed at the cafe.
I'm Rodney Lewis. I've been here for when it first started. So I've been here off and on since '89, from when we was around down the corner there. So I want to say back and forth, I've been here, gotta be almost over 25 years. And I like seeing people that I ain't even seen before, helping them, for the first time, person come in. Man, y'all here every day? Let them know we're here every day from 12 to 1. You come in, then you come in, you talk to a caseworker. I get you to talk to a caseworker. And I like working with the staff here. So we work as a team, and whatever I need, I go to them, and if they need something from me, they come to me, and we just work as a team. And that's what I like working on. Welcome. How you doing today? From 12 to 1, when they come up to the door, today we have the things that we have to offer today is we have a meal, which is everybody's gonna get chicken and gravy, and bread pudding, and carrots and broccoli. They come in, they always asking for socks and everything. So we have socks today to pass out. We have soap, we have sanitary, we got mash, we got jerkies, we got coffee, we got lemonade today, we got sandwiches today, we got turkey, peanut butter, and in a minute I'm gonna put the ham right here. There's a ham go right here, and then we have like little snacks like this. We do 80 to 90 meals a day, sometimes 100, and we get rid of all of them. Some days we might be stuck with maybe about 4 or 5 extra trays, but other than that, we get rid of all the food. They come in. We have family, we have kids, we have people come from the shelter. They come in and get food. So this place over here is needed. They love it. Everybody know to come from 12 to 1, and they're here. Rain, sleet, or snow, they're here. So the money that they make is going back into the cafe. Every penny of it is going back to the cafe. Some kind of way. We're going to pay for food for repositories, paying for school, paying for lights, paying for gas, paying for everything that come out, man. When they support Inspiration, like I said, you support a whole lot of people that want to say thanks, and I'm going to say thanks for them. We need you to keep supporting Inspiration Corporation. I really appreciate that. That's all I got.
Wow, I hope you enjoyed that incredible and incredibly quick production of an original piece of art by one of our longtime contributors, Joey Africa. You know, art has always been central to One Inspired Evening and to Inspiration Corporation's fundraising strategy from its very earliest days. This event actually started as a small gallery opening at Tony Fitzpatrick's Tattoo Parlor in the early 90s, and every year since, dozens of artists from here in Chicago and around the globe have contributed pieces to our auction to help us raise funds for the programming we provide. When we started to plan for this year's event, we knew we had a lot of challenges in front of us. You see, one thing that's always been special about One Inspired Evening is that our juried show features artists who are established in their careers, as well as folks who are just getting started out as artists, hobbyists, and even people who make what would be called outsider art. Folks with experience of poverty or lived experience of homelessness who are providing their expression and their vision that gets entered into the auction as well. We didn't want to go to this group in the middle of the economic devastation following the COVID-19 pandemic and ask them to contribute and continue to burden them. And so when we told folks that we weren't going to ask for their art this year, we were humbled and inspired by the response we get. I want to take a moment in this evening's programming to thank and call out the members of our jury who stepped forward and provided the majority of the art from their personal collections that you see here in our auction tonight. Thank you so much to Deborah Maris-Lader and the Chicago Printmakers Collaborative. Thank you, Stan Klein and Firecat Projects. And thank you to Stephen Gross of Stephen E. Gross and Associates. I also want to thank Kim Shea, who once again on our jury provided an incredible curation to make sure that the pieces that we had were varied and fun and fit every kind of lifestyle and interest. And I want to call out legacy jurist Barb Gazdick of the former Mars Gallery, who also contributed many pieces from the Mars collection. Finally, I want to thank a small group of artists who, when they heard that we weren't going to be asking them for their support this year, contributed pieces of their own because they were so committed to the mission of Inspiration Corporation. People like Joey. Thank you so much for continuing to support One Inspired Evening this year, despite all the things that you're facing. And now, to give you a little bit of time to browse this amazing art that we've just talked up, and to make sure that you can find the piece that you hope to hang behind you for your Zoom background here in the coming year, it's my pleasure to pass things over to our next entertainment. This guest has been a part of Inspiration Corporation for years and is always a feature at One Inspired Evening. So now, as always, it's my pleasure to pass things to the Sam Sinclair Trio, my favorite band that doesn't include a member named Sam Sinclair and is not a trio. Take it away, guys.
Gotta get out of here. I'm in the dark and the light looks sincere. Oh, don't look back. Handle that. Make it too all you do is complain about your pain. And the cloud that follows you won't cease to rain. Oh, don't look back. Handle that. Make it too something in me's gotta be
Welcome, my name is Julio Gonzalez, General Manager at Inspiration Kitchens. Over a year ago, we shut the restaurant down and turned into a meal production for our community members. In this whole year, we've produced 83,000 meals, and currently we're doing 2,000 meals a week, 800 cold sandwiches and 1,200 hot meals. None of this could be possible without support from our partners and people like you. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Chef Sam. I am the head kitchen chef here at Inspiration Kitchens. I have been with the organization for 8.5 years now. I started as a student of the program. The difference from just being the restaurant versus production is, of course, the volume. We're up to over 2,000 meals a week now with a staff of roughly between 6 and 8 of us in the kitchen a day producing that, and that is a combination of hot and cold meals. We do bag lunches, which are sandwiches. We do about over 800 sandwiches a week, and we do over 1,000 hot meals. So the productivity that everybody has to put in to make sure that that is successful is like we're pushing each other. Like we're right hand, left hand, everybody's working together to get it done, making sure that we social distance, make sure we sanitize, make sure that we're cleaning. So it's like a well-oiled machine, and just creating memories for those that in these uncertain times wouldn't have it had it not been for Inspiration looking at ways that we can give back, that talks about our mission and our core values and what Lisa and I put together at the beginning of this. It's like everything came full circle. Outside of the organizations that we're partnering with, we also saw the need of, hey, well, you know what we could do? We can do street ministry ourselves. So we shut down at the end of the week, 2 hours prior to the close of our business day, and we go out and we pass out lunches to individuals in the Garfield Park area and in areas where we notice those experiencing homelessness could benefit from a meal that they may not get due to whatever their circumstances is. So just being a part of that, makes me feel like I'm really doing something other than coming in and doing my job. It's a little bit more. It touches my heart. It makes me understand, and it resonates with me of what we all came here to do collectively as a team, as an organization, and just as a person. So I love it.
Hello, and welcome to our annual One Inspired Evening. My name is April Williams, and I'm an Inspiration Kitchens graduate, as well as an Inspiration Corporation board member. I have been lucky enough or blessed enough to be a participant and also be able to be in a position to give back and give input as a previous participant. Thank you so much for your support with Inspiration thus far. When I came into the program, I was living in a halfway house, working to get my life together and start a new career. Very afraid of what the future will hold for me, if anything, being somebody who had barriers of having a record and trying to figure out how to move forward now that I had to shift gears. When I got into the training program for Inspiration Kitchens, I had attempted to get into other programs that really weren't fit for people with barriers or people who were under poverty. They were really just looking for people who maybe couldn't afford to get into programs like Kindle, and maybe it was a grant program that they did maybe once a year. And Inspiration Kitchens was a program where not only did it say, yes, we'll bring you in and into the program, but we're going to deal with those issues and barriers that you have and show you how to be able to get past them. So not only did I learn culinary skills and get to work for some of the greatest places here in Chicago to work for, but I also learned soft skills and I learned how to handle those barriers. My hope is that you all will pitch in and help others who are like me or who are trying to get past those barriers as I did, who are our current and future participants, and not only just become an inspiration to them, but pitch in to volunteer, to help to fund our Inspiration Kitchens program, help to fund our meals program, to help others like me so that they too can have a better future. Thank you so much and have a great evening.
So, Inspiration Kitchens, I can say that my whole life I've always wanted to be a part of something greater than myself, and starting the culinary program with you guys, I was welcomed in, a part of the family, and I still talk to some of the alumni, some of the staff, a couple years after completing the program. So with all the skills and everything that you guys helped me to develop inside and outside of the kitchen, I can honestly say that's how I am in the position I am today. So I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you guys, and keep up the good work, and I'll definitely do the same. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Cindy. I am a former grad of Inspiration Kitchens. I just want to thank you guys for changing my life, like honestly changing my life. I'm in a ghost kitchen as of now. This is just one of the locations that I manage. I'm actually a manager of 3 Surf's Up restaurants. I do give back because I appreciate what you guys have done to me. I've signed up for job placement. I've hired a couple of guys from Inspiration Kitchen, and I will continue to give back because you guys bless me. Again, thank you guys for everything that you've done for me. I really appreciate it, and I'll never forget you guys, and I'll stay in touch. I'll always stay in touch. Love y'all. Have a good one.
Hello, my name is Terencia Caldwell. I'm a recent graduate and alumni of Inspiration Kitchens. I graduated in July 2019. This opportunity has made me who I am today, and I am very thankful to have the opportunity to work with Inspiration Kitchens. The experience was amazing to me, to be able to come in as a homeless female from the west side of Chicago, pursuing becoming a cook and a chef, and just wanting to do better for me and my 4 children. I have 2 boys and 2 girls that I love dearly, and the staff at Inspiration has been supporting since day one. They encouraged me to keep going forward, to stay focused, and not only go after my dreams, but build my goals and keep going for what I want. And I am actually doing that today. A lot of supporting in positive ways that they came to me in my life with being in the program for a short time has changed my life tremendously. So I just want to thank you, Inspiration Kitchen, for giving me the opportunity to change my life and become a better person that I am today. So thank you for this opportunity, and have a blessed day.
Boy, is that a tough act to follow. I want to take a moment to say thank you so much to our Inspiration Kitchens graduates for sharing those stories of personal change and transformation, and to helping us keep grounded in why what we're doing here tonight is so important. Now, if you haven't already registered for our auction, if you don't think you want to take home a piece of art, or you're not interested in checking out the silent auction, please get on there now and set up an account, because what I want to ask everyone to do right now is to make a contribution to support the work that you've heard about here tonight. You know, the COVID-19 pandemic paired up a really challenging array of factors that are making it more difficult for us to do our work here at Inspiration Corporation this year. Not only did we see rising need, we've been doing more meals and supporting more people than ever before in our history, but we also saw increased costs. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how your money can really make a difference tonight and help us navigate this new challenging environment and continue reaching people in need. When you hear a level of funding that you feel comfortable with, please make a contribution. Make sure your name pops up next to me on that split screen, and we can thank you and thank all of the other donors and contributors who are making sure that we're able to power our programming for another year. You know, we have a lot to be hopeful for right now. There are vaccines coming down the pipe, and it looks like our communities are starting to come together. But we also know that the economic impacts of this pandemic are going to reach far into the future, and that our organization and many other organizations are going to be challenged in the months and even years to come to continue providing the support that's so desperately needed. So right now is the time to give. If you feel like you can make $1,000 contribution to Inspiration Corporation, please do so right now. $1,000 will pay for roughly 250 of the meals that Julio and Chef Sam are making at Inspiration Kitchens every day in East Garfield Park. Remember that they're making over 2,000 meals a week. We expect to make as much as 90,000 meals over the coming year, and we're going to need a lot of people contributing $1,000 to make that happen. If you can contribute at the $750 level, consider our housing program. We, throughout the pandemic, have been continuing to work with people who are coming off the streets and out of shelters and helping them find safe places to call home. We moved roughly 14 households in over the period that started with the beginning of the pandemic in 2020. And not only did we provide them with long-term stable housing, we provided them with safety at a time when it was more challenging than ever for people experiencing homelessness to practice social distancing and the kind of behaviors that we were able to do in our own lives to keep ourselves and our families safe. If you can contribute at the $500 level, you will really help us with one of our biggest unforeseen costs. You might not know this, but every time that we have a probable case of COVID-19 on our sites, we have to close down for 48 hours and do deep cleaning. And we were really surprised to find early on, despite all the efforts that we've made to keep our sites as safe as possible and limit exposure to the virus, that we would see our offices close a few times. And we were really surprised at the beginning to find that every time we had to close our office, it cost us about $500 to hire a professional cleaning crew to come in and make sure that things were safe to reopen for the people that we serve. A gift of $250 will help support the amazing work going on in our food service training program. You heard from some of our program graduates and understand how that program can really open up new opportunities for people and change their life trajectory. Over the last 9 months, while we weren't able to hold our program in person, we've been offering a virtual training program that gives people the chance to dial in over Zoom and through Google Classroom, get connected to our case managers and our chef trainers, and get equipped with the skills they need to start a career in the culinary industry. As a part of their curriculum, they get food boxes sent directly to their homes that have the ingredients and the recipes that they need to practice their craft over the coming week. These me's at home boxes, as we're joyfully calling them, cost us a significant amount of extra money beyond what we were planning to spend on the program. If you can make a contribution to support that work today, you'll be opening up more opportunities for the people like you heard tonight. A contribution of $100 pays for one of the most vital pieces of equipment that we've found that we need here this year. You might not realize, but out of the tens of thousands of meals that we've been passing out all across the city of Chicago, every one of them has required a to-go container. And to-go containers were not something we ever spent money on before. A donation of $100 covers the cost of roughly 500 of these containers. And when you start adding up the math and thinking about how many meals we're giving out throughout the year, I think you're going to realize that we need a whole lot of people to right now contribute $100 to make sure that we can keep packing those meals into the future. And finally, a donation of $50 helps with one of the most vital pieces of equipment that we've all grown to love and hate this year, masks. You might not realize this, but not only do our staff need to wear masks on site to keep themselves, their coworkers, and our participants safe, but we've also been distributing hundreds, if not thousands, of masks over the last year to the people who come through our doors looking for services. If you can afford to make a $50 contribution now, you'll be making sure that we can continue that vital work in the coming year. And finally, I'd like to ask anyone who hasn't contributed yet to consider making a $25 contribution to Inspiration Corporation. A lot of small contributions together can make a huge difference, and right now I want to call on everyone who clicked on this link and has joined us here tonight to make a commitment to supporting our programming in the coming year by making a $25 gift if you haven't already. Thank you so much to all of you for joining us at this year's virtual One Inspired Evening. I hope you enjoyed the opportunity to see some of our programming in action and to hear directly from the people that we serve. You know, we know this year wasn't as fun as our big party that we throw every spring, and we hope that this will be both our first and our last virtual One Inspired Evening. We look forward to seeing you again next year, and we thank you for making a financial contribution tonight to ensure that we're able to continue our work in the year to come. I have a couple small housekeeping notes before we leave you tonight. First, I want to let you know that our auction for the art as well as the silent auction items will remain open until the top of the hour to give you time to set your bids. Remember that the auction auto-finds the top bidder, and so if you are committed to bringing home a piece of art, make sure you put in the most you're willing to spend on it so that you don't get beaten by the robot in the closing seconds. Finally, I'd like to ask for anyone who's bidding in the auction tonight, if you aren't able to win the piece of art of your choice, or you lose out on a silent auction item that you've had your eyes on throughout the night, please consider making a contribution to Inspiration Corporation after the auction closes. All of the money that we're raising tonight will be reinvested directly in the programs that you've heard about, and this event is a cornerstone and a huge part of allowing us to do the work that we do. Thank you so much for another wonderful year at Inspiration Corporation and for being part of our family and our network of support. We really look forward to seeing you in the future and wish you all the best in the year to come. Thanks so much.